Hello, amazing people, and welcome to the I'm Shalaki Mia show. And thank you for joining me for another amazing show. So, with Father's Day approaching this weekend, I wanted to come and I wanted to talk about Father's Day, but I wanted to talk about something that happens every Father's Day that, yeah, we talk about it a little bit, but we don't have a serious conversation about it. Okay. So, what I want to talk about today is how Black women will wish each other a happy Father's Day. Yes, Black women, Father's Day is not for us. It's not for you. And I want to have that conversation of growth tonight. This evening. I think it's very important because I think people are getting roles mixed up when it comes to this because let's be real, we don't see Black men wishing each other a happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day. We don't see that foolishness on Mother's Day, but we always pull that foolishness on Father's Day. And I'm going to say right now, happy Father's Day to all of the amazing fathers out there, stepfathers, uncles that step up, cousins, brothers, happy Father's Day. you know to y'all, I hope y'all enjoy your weekend. To the ladies out there, I hope y'all have some special things planned for these amazing fathers. They deserve it. They definitely deserve it. Hope y'all got some great surprises lined up for them because they definitely deserve it. So let me fix TikTok. I want TikTok to be able to see me. So, we don't see this type of behavior on Mother's Day. Mother's Day is a whole different kind of energy on Mother's Day. You know what I mean? And it's like men know their role and they go ahead and they let us enjoy our day and they make it special for us. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, why us as Black women, why aren't we doing the same thing? Why don't we have the same energy when it comes to Father's Day that Black men have on Mother's Day? And I know I had a lot of women say, why do you have to say Black women? Because I do. Because when y'all come to the table and y'all send up here bashing Black men, y'all say Black men. Y'all don't say men, y'all say Black men. So I'm going to come and I'm going to talk about what needs to be talked about. And I'm talking about Black women wishing each other happy Father's Day. Don't wish me no happy Father's Day. I'm not a father. But if I can be real, on this evening with y'all, I used to do that though. I used to do that. I used to do that from a place of not understanding. You know what I mean? Okay. I used to do that. I used to do that from a place of not understanding. I used to do that from a place of I learned wrong. I seen other people doing it. I wouldn't say that, I was 100% a single mom. I wouldn't say that because I did have help from, my son's family, his other family, so I wouldn't say that. I would say that I co-parented sometimes. And then sometimes, I did hold things down, by myself. But I seen other people in my situation that didn't have that help on a consistent basis doing things like that. I was around women doing that. And that's where I picked it up. But then when I realized, like, no, I'm not that Father's Day isn't for me. I'm not a man. You see what I'm saying? I'm a mother. I had to wake up and I had to unlearn what I learned. And I want to have this conversation today. So a lot of people just unlearn what they have learned. Look deep inside yourself as a Black woman and just think about it. You want to be you're a woman. You're not a man. You see what I'm saying? You can't play both roles. That's why I posted that video earlier today. I want to know from women, how does a woman play the role of a mother and a father? That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Um Dawn say happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Yes, Dawn, bring that energy. Bring that energy, Dawn. But no, I'm sick of that type of mindset. You see what I'm saying? And then, what are we going to do? Teach the next generation of women to do that? We are sitting, I feel like that we sit up and we teach the next generation how to be a single mom and not how to be a mother, and not how to one day want to get married or how to be in a relationship. That's what happens in our culture. We're not sitting up here doing that. Or either, some women are teaching their daughters, they're like, oh, find a man with the bag. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not what no, no, no. I'm gonna teach when I have a daughter, I'm gonna teach my daughter to get her own bag. I'm gonna teach my daughter how to be a team player. I'm not gonna teach my daughter how to be this independent, strong woman. I'm not teaching my daughter that. That's what I'm saying. And some people wonder why their daughters aren't married, and why their daughters have multiple children by different men. And I'm just being real, because a lot of them don't know how to be a woman to a man. They don't know how to do it. Is that their fault? I don't think it's their fault. They've been taught wrong. I'm coming to the table as a Black woman saying I was taught wrong. You feel what I'm saying? I should have never, years ago, I was 19, 20, 21, celebrating Father's Day on Facebook, wishing all my friends a happy Father's Day, like, oh yeah, because we do both. I had to realize, no, I don't do both. I'm a mother to my children. I'm not their father. I can't, as a woman, I can't teach a man how to be a man. I thought I could, but then when I realized, no, I can't. I can't do that. I'm a woman. I can teach nurturing. Like I told y'all before, there's a certain thing that a man brings to the table that we can't. A man brings authority. Do y'all understand that? Like I told y'all before, I parent, and a lot of women do this. We parent from a nurturing aspect. You see what I'm saying? We parent out of feelings and emotions. Men parent like that too, but they also have that authority when it comes to parenting that we don't have. Nope. I just came to tell the truth and shame the devil. That was it. I'm gonna put the call-in number up here, because I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start taking some calls, and y'all can go ahead and chime in on this great conversation, because I want to hear from some of y'all. I want to hear, listen, don't I want to hear the women that feel like, I want to hear from y'all. I want y'all to call in. Just don't be in the comments. Baby, listen, don't be scared. Call on in and say what you got to say. There go the number. There go the number. There it go. Call on in and say what you got to say. Because I'm not gonna be arguing with nobody in the comments, but I want somebody to explain to me, how can a woman play a mother and a father? I want to know that. I want to know. Men have an effortless way of being. They bring that energy and quality. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that I may have missed. Oh, TikTok. I can't even comment on TikTok. Um, to give y'all the call in number if y'all want to call in. But if somebody wants to call in number on TikTok, it's 404-913-5599. If someone could put that in the comments for me, please, on TikTok, 404-913-5599. Yeah, I really want to bring some understanding to the table, that us as women, I'm a woman, I'm a mother. I can't, to be honest with, I mean, we're just gonna be real. I can't teach my son how to be a man, because I'm not a man. That's the reality. I'm not a man. I can't teach him how to be a man. I could teach him how to be a great person. I could teach him respect. I could teach him manners. I can teach him as far as my ability goes. I cannot teach my sons how to be a man. I can't do that. That's for a man to do. I cannot do that. I don't know how to be a man, because I'm not one. I'm just coming to be real. I'm not. I'm not one. Oh, so people scared to call in? I'm just trying to understand. You know, someone on TikTok said that's common sense, but that's not common among our people today. It's not. It's not because I have people in my comments talking about they play both roles. How? I don't understand that. 90% of Africa sends the children to be with the father. Fathers raise children. Okay. Okay. You're right, and we don't want to be right. Exactly. Like that's weird. I feel like, us as black women, like we have to start taking responsibility. A lot of these issues start with us. We got to be real. A lot of these issues start with us. They just do. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We all can.
First of all, I want to say I really respect your platform. I've been following you off and on for quite a while. And I must say, young lady, you're very inspirational. Thank you for understanding the plight of black men and fathers, but not, but also calling it how you see it. And I love the fact that you're able to distinguish and understanding the respect and the honor that a black man should receive from his black woman. So I want to just thank you and give you kudos.
Thank you.
And I follow you and I appreciate your platform to keep doing what you're doing because you really bring a lot of inspiration to black men that black women do love us and care about us. And I wish more black women could think the way you think.
Yeah. It's a lot of, black women out here, like me. I know we don't see it every day, but there is some that, want to allow. Well, I don't want to use the word allow, but there are, some black women out here that know their role. And I know a lot of people don't, like that word, but it's true. you know they know their place, they know their role, they know how to be a team player, they're about respect, and things like that. So there are, other women out here, but I appreciate that though.
Yeah, absolutely. How, if you don't mind me asking that, then I've always, been eager to ask you this question if I ever had an opportunity.
Okay.
So thank you for even making it possible where I can personally reach out and touch. I didn't even think you was going to answer the phone, but how did you develop such a position of relating to black men or making them feel like they're important to the black woman? Like, where did you get the concept, and why do you so strongly advocate to the uplifting of what you believe in when it comes to a black man?
I would have thought there would have been, a lot more women, that would have took this stance as myself. But I think it started really in my season of singleness. And me seeing things and just a lot of things when it came to black men, and I'm like, that's wrong. That's not right. You know what I mean? Like, hold up, this is how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's supposed to be. And a lot of people also have to understand that when I was growing up, I was around my great aunts. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't really around, younger people. I was around older people. I seen my nana and my pop in the home together. I seen her cooking for him, taking him his plate. You see what I'm saying? Washing his clothes. Like I was around this. So then it made me think, like, the other stuff I seen, like something got to be wrong with that. But not only that, me as a black mother of two sons, the treatment that black men get, I would never want nobody to treat my sons like that. So if I want them to be treated a certain kind of way, I have to reflect the kind of treatment I want them to have. And I have to stand on the front line because, you know, it's not only, you know, all the, you know, black men in the world are being treated like this. It's like I have 8 brothers, you know, I have 2 sons, I have a father. I don't want nobody, none of my family be treated like that, but let alone I don't want other men. So it's like we got to start having these conversations so our community gets better. So I think it just stemmed on a lot of growth and me just recognizing and having a mindset of not being a follower, but being a leader, and me saying like, no, this is wrong. I've been a right is right, wrong is wrong person for a very long time, you know, and that's kind of where, you know, it came from.
Okay, well, it's a very, very admirable trait that you have learned and were able to witness and watch and grow up and you see what it, the a respect that a black man should get. And I'm not saying, you know, that all black men are bad or bad fathers
Mm-hmm.
or not to be held accountable when they mess up because, you know, I was a father,
Mm-hmm.
married, cheated on my wife, and destroyed my family through cheating. But I've
Okay.
matured since then. I'm 66 years old. So I've been around the block a few times, but I'm going to make this short and brief and let you continue your platform. But
Okay.
thank you for listening, and I admire your work. I support you whether you know it or not. I pay attention to a lot of your videos.
Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you. I don't want to mispronounce your name. So I just want to reach out and say, keep doing what you're doing, Queen. You're a rare, you're a rare and a remarkable treasure. And I pray for your prosperity, for your family,
Thank
longevity.
you.
I pray that God give you all that you desire. Keep on uplifting the black family. And I know you don't speak against black women, but you call BS when you see it on both
Mm-hmm.
sides of the fence. So you keep on running that marathon race. And I hope that everything you want to attain in life will be at your disposal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that.
All right. Nice talking to you, young lady.
Okay, nice talking to you too. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Okay. You and something else I want to point out, you know, since that caller, you know, asked me that, you know, I viewed, you know, some of the younger women, and I kind of viewed like how they didn't have no man. And then I viewed my great aunts and my nana, and I'm like, something they're doing is working. You know, they got a man, you know, they're married. You know, I think it was a disconnect from that generation. You know, my nana was my grandpa's mom. So I think there was the disconnect kind of started like after my grandma. um you know, I see my grandmom, you know, do the same things, but it was kind of like a disconnect, like the generation after that, you know, a lot of fatherless homes and, you know, things like that. But I could say in a generation before that, even if it was like, you know, she wasn't married to, you know, the first child's dad, she married the second child's dad. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all can understand this and relate to this. Hold on, we got the hello caller.
Hi, how you doing today, young lady?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I thank God for what you're doing on your platform. You're really doing a wonderful job,
Thank you.
and I really do thank the Lord for you. Um, you are very, very inspirational, and I just really appreciate you. I'm calling from Memphis, Tennessee. My name is Anthony,
Okay. Hmm.
and I definitely appreciate what you're doing out there on your platform. And I just really do pray that the Lord would keep you and that He will continuously bless you and use you and give you wisdom because your show and it is really, really good and uplifting because it's, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes 2 parents to raise a child, man. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And there's so much happening here in the city of Memphis. It's you know, it hurts me to my heart to see our young black men out there with so much going on, you know, and I thank God for the mothers that are trying, man, but it's really rough right now.
It is. And, you know, I want people to know we're not discrediting, you know, mothers that are doing it by themselves. That's not, you know, what this is about. There's times that I did it by myself and I wished I had that help. But I'm going to tell you something else I observed too. You know, I observed me sitting there wishing that, you know, I had the help consistently, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I also observed, you know, I lived in the hood when I got pregnant at 15 and I got my first place at 18, you know, and all I could afford was to live in low income, you know. And I would notice that there were women that the fathers were trying to come around and they were denied. You see what I'm saying? The fathers were trying to be a part and it was like a control thing. And it was like me and a few other girls looking like, why don't she just let that man see the kids? You know what I mean? He's coming out here every day. He's trying to see the kids. You know what I mean? She won't let him see the kids because he won't give her no money, or he ain't got no Jordans, or he ain't buy no name brand clothes, you know? And this man is begging to see his child. So then the women like myself that wish that, you know, we had that, we looking like, wow, we wish we had that. You see what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't even make him go through all that. You want to get your child? Come on, the bag is packed. You ain't gotta go through all that. You know what I mean? But it was very disheartening, you know, to see men that wanted to be involved, not able to be involved. And that's the part we don't talk about.
True.
You know?
Yeah, you are exactly right. You're definitely right about it.
Yeah.
Nubian Queen, I thank God for you. I thank the Lord for your boldness because, hey, you are really doing a lot of wonderful things. I just really truly want you to know that. I definitely watch your show when I have time on online on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, kudos to you. You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Continue to do the work. You continue to do that because, you know, it is some men out there that definitely wants to be involved with the children and you know, it's a percentage, you know. I'm not going to say all the mothers are like that, but it is a percentage. And, you know, and I just pray that they will realize and that the Lord will wake them up and open their eyes to see that it's not about them, it's about their child. They're really hurting their child. That's the most important thing.
Right. And it's hurtful. It's hurtful, but thank you so much.
I thank you and I thank God for you. And I thank the other caller had called, and I'm definitely surprised to hear from you. You know, and it's like I tell you, it's really hard for me to believe that I'm actually on the phone talking with you, and it's an honor and it's a privilege. It really is.
People say that all the time, but I'm even like when I go to Georgia and people recognize me, and I'm like, I'm just Charlotte Kimia. Like I'm personable, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean any disrespect. Are you married?
I'm not married, but I'm in a relationship.
I know you gotta be.
Yeah, I am.
Seriously, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, this woman has to be seeing someone. I mean, with the charisma and the passion that you have and the uplifting, I said she can't be single. I was really hesitating, you know, because I don't want to, you know, be disrespectful, you know, and I know your line is open about what's going on, you know, with the platform and all that. So I was really hesitating to do that, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I just had to know.
Okay.
Yeah. But listen, you be blessed, and I pray that the Lord will continue to anoint your friend, your other significant other, and that you guys that the Lord will give you the vision that He had created for you guys to do and have dominion over the earth. Well, the Lord has truly called us for. Because I tell you this, He has not changed. God has not changed.
Right.
It's us. It's the world.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, you be blessed, and I pray that the Lord will continue to bless you and your significant other in Jesus' name. Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening. I appreciate you.
Okay, you're more than welcome. Be blessed. Be safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And since we kind of touched on that too, and I want to say this. I want to say, like, one day I was just sitting back and I was thinking about the situation. I thought, I seen a man. He had told me he was spending thousands and thousands of dollars to see his kids. And he was like in the whole, like maybe $20,000 in lawyer's fees. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, my brain is like, why does a man have to pay to see a child he helped bring into this world? Like, that is crazy to me. But then I'm also thinking how I would feel if I wasn't a part of my children's everyday upbringing, if I wasn't just able to hear their voice, see their face, know what's going on with them with school, just being a part of their upbringing. So I feel that in myself. I'm like, well, just imagine how some of these men are feeling. They're fighting. But why do they have to fight? And then I'm like, what if one day the tables turn? How would us as mothers, not like us per se, but how would those mothers that are keeping the children away from the dad, it's like, how would they feel if they weren't able to see their children, give their children a hug, know what's going on with them? I think it's sad. And it's a control thing. Because let's be real, in life, people do things because they can. Not because it's right. They do things because they can. I don't know why people want that type of control. It's really control of evil, and really control of, like, the enemy. I don't ever want to come in between a relationship of a child and their father, a child in their mother. I'm big on doing what the Almighty God tells me to do, and what He sends me, to do. But that's very disheartening to see fathers fight, and be lied on, making it seem like they don't want to be a part of their child's life, when in all actuality they do. They do. I know. All right, hold on. Let's take the next call. Hello, caller.
Yes, how you doing, man?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm really enjoying your show.
Okay, thank you.
Because I talk about the same thing. I was raised in a family. Mm-hmm. I was real poor. Mm-hmm. And I happened to be around the older people. Mm-hmm. And I used to hustle by selling bottles and cutting yard and doing stuff. Yeah. And that's after I got 4 years old. I was on the fourth grade level in school. Mm-hmm. So the lady fixed my paperwork up because I couldn't really get a birth certificate. Mm-hmm. So she said, that's good. So they put me in the fourth grade. Mm-hmm. That was down in Louisiana. So they told me, the superintendent came by and he said, you can't put him in that fourth grade. Nobody is in the fourth grade. So you're going to stop him right here. Mm-hmm. So the teachers found a way around it. They'd ring a bell when he come by and check. He was sitting right in front of me. He didn't know me. So I went, my mom sent me to Chicago. They had a special school for the gifted. Mm-hmm. They predicted I'd be out of school at 14. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be out of school at 14 because I love school. Right. Okay. But then the subject you're talking about, I'm a businessman. Mm-hmm. I ended up going to the military. Mm-hmm. I saved every nickel but $50 for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Every check I got promoted real fast to a sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting paid. I had a lot of money saved up.
Mm-hmm.
I got married. So then I had to budget myself. And I tried to teach my wife a budget, but she didn't know what a budget was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they want to spend. I try to keep 80% of my bills, my money that I make, and pay the bills and stuff we need, food and clothing, with the other 20%.
Mm-hmm.
And I come out pretty good. And I know I taught them out. I had my kids when they got big enough. I taught them how to read the Wall Street Journal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But me and my wife didn't see eye to eye on things. I was like, I know a man got to be around a boy, and you got to check on them, because boys can't be raised by a woman, like you say. There's no way. And see, what these women are doing, they are spoiling their boys and they're getting in trouble after trouble after trouble, and they keep getting into until they get to prison. Then they get a felony. Then you can't get a job. Mm-hmm. So I had an air conditioning business, and I had a trucking business, and I'm an electrical engineer. And I had all this going at the same time while I was working for the federal government. And I made my money honestly, and I paid people good wages. If you was making $8 an hour and I come down to Louisiana and got a contract, I'm paying you $20 an hour.
I know that's right. Yeah.
See, so I believe give people fair wages, but a woman is the same way. A man can't raise a girl to be a woman. There's certain things that a woman can talk to her daughter about. A man can't.
Exactly.
He don't want to communicate with his daughter like that. Exactly. But he can try to discipline her by saying, okay, I'm not going to let you, every one of my kids, when they graduated from school, they graduated with honors. I bought them a car.
Amazing.
I was able to do that. I didn't have no car.
Right.
I used to walk around school, and I was a big child. So when they put me in the 8th grade, I was bigger than the boys in the 8th grade, because I had to be, because I got abused in my household. We got 2 generations. My mama had me when she was like 40 years old. So she started another generation of kids. So it was like 17 of us. So the ones that came down, I didn't even know. They didn't like me. Don't like me today. But I always help people out.
Right.
You see somebody out there standing up, and they look like they need, you can give them the benefit of the doubt. You walk up to them, and I can just walk up to a person and I say, okay, they tell me they want something. I'm hungry, I need something to eat. I said, well, come in here, sir, I'll buy you dinner. Yeah. And they don't want that. It's different. Well, you got a good platform here.
Thank you.
And women, these young girls are having children too early. And they're not able to teach them anything, because they out there, mom and daughter, out together.
That's true.
Like I told my nephews, I'm not you can't talk, you got to respect me. I'm your uncle. Yeah. I'm not your friend, so you can't talk around me like that.
Right. It is.
So I got respect. If you don't gain no respect from a boy, he think he can say anything he can around you if you run with him. I don't run with my nephews. I don't run with my daughter or my son. Yeah. When you start going out with them in places that, strip club, gambling places, and all that,
smoking.
All you doing is you're not dad. You just a regular guy to them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Then that's where the disrespect comes. That's where the sleeping when they coming up, you got to give them something to do around the house. They don't have one got to wash the dishes this week. This one got to wash the next week.
You got
to make your bed.
What that's called? That's called
clean.
That's called structure.
Yeah, if you don't build no structure with them, then they won't know. So they look at me and they said, how come you have money all the time? You don't never go. You don't ask anybody anything. I said, well, first of all, I paid my dues.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a house that looked like a dungeon. It looked like a dungeon. I mean, like a jailhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, I'm not going to let my mother live in nothing like this.
Right.
So I went to her. She was crying one night. Mm-hmm. And she said, and I said, Mom, what you crying about? Because I was a mama's boy. Because when she come home, I get behind her leg. I wasn't telling nothing about what was happening to me. But it was some serious stuff that would put people in jail.
Mm.
So I told her, I hope you don't die before me. And she jumped up and she said, don't you ever tell me that. Don't you ever tell me that. Because I've lost 2 kids. She got 17 kids altogether.
Oh.
And she had lost 3. So it's 20 something. She started having kids at 13 years old.
Mm.
That was back in the 50s.
Right.
So when the 60s ran around, here comes another generation. Yeah. But I said to myself, I'm going to help my mom. The teacher came to the house and told her, this boy here, you need to invest in because he can stay. I picked my choose the time I wanted to be out of school to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come back and make an A+. And the teachers would say, this boy stay out of school once a year. He do this. He stay out of school for Monday through. He come back on Friday. But when I come back on Friday, I make an A+. Okay. You have to teach them a lot of stuff about sitting around playing these games.
Right.
Read how you can make a stock work for you. Mm-hmm. It's a stock will work. But right now, as bad as the economy is, I won't even pick a stock. Mm-hmm. But I was good at it. I made my money on the stock market and saving my money. And I wanted this new car. I don't care nothing about no car. I'm just an ordinary person when you see me.
Okay.
You know, I treat people this way. I'm just an ordinary person.
Right.
I don't care about, I got a business right now that's doing really, really good, but it's coming from overseas.
Right.
And I advise all these young men out here, stop wanting to be a rapper. Stop wanting to be a basketball player. Stop that. Be a lawyer. Be a scientist. Because we got capabilities of building stuff and making it run. Because I used to see these old men be standing up by a tractor. It broke down. So his boss would call someone from Jackson, and guess what? They already got the tractor fixed and gone. But your platform is one of the best I've seen on there. So
thank you.
I think I'm following you.
Thank you.
But my name is Henry.
Okay.
And I really appreciate what you're saying about a woman, because women are the main reason. I heard they might not like this, what I'm saying, that these boys are going to jail and beating their wives, beating their girlfriends. It's just, they jump on a girl. I know an incident where this boy just jumped on this girl.
I'm so sorry, Henry. I gotta cut you off. The phone line is like crazy right now. It's so crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna get off of there but I really appreciate what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing. You go reach a lot of people. You're reaching a lot of people. Someone gonna benefit for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Henry.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good evening.
I'm getting ready to get my own platform on there, and I can hook up with you on because I'm getting ready to podcast myself.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do that because I got a business. I'm trying to show young men. I'll bring them to a job, learn you the job, and paying you while you work.
Okay. All
Just
right,
like you
Henry.
working and getting paid. But
Okay.
a lot of people won't even do that.
Right. All right,
You
Henry.
getting
Well,
$20 an hour, please.
right. I
I'm gonna
gotta
talk to the
go.
young man myself,
Okay.
and I was going to be talking to the men, and I'm gonna tell these girls, don't be marrying everybody that you run up on and think they're good. Check their track record some kind of way,
Okay, Henry.
because you meeting up on someone that the first time he slapped you, don't you never go back to him.
Right. Right.
Never go back to a man to put his hands on your daughter. And my daughter come up and told me that, I said, am I ever going to walk down the aisle with you? She said, no, because Dad, you spoiled me. And I did. She's the only daughter I got.
Right.
But I didn't spoil her like to be rotten. It's the stuff that I bought her and did for them. She said, I walked behind you and find money. So I feel guilty because I'm getting allowance. I don't need it anymore.
Henry, I gotta go. Thank you for calling in, though. Okay.
All right. It's nice. I'm gonna go back and listen to some more comments that you got.
Okay. Have a great evening. All right, come on, y'all. I see y'all trying to get through. I want some of y'all women to call in. Come on. Don't just sit in the comments and talk. Call in. The line is open now. I see a lot of y'all. Well, I see 249 of y'all. We're trying to get through. The phone line is open right now if you wanna call back. But this is like a great conversation. Okay, here we go. Hey caller, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
I'm so excited I got through. Okay, I just want to say thank you because you have helped me in so many ways and you've changed my mindset.
Oh.
Now, I lost a good man because of my mindset. However, you have changed my way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say I appreciate that because I was listening to friends and cousins on how to, and they were telling me, oh, if he don't have that bag, but he had everything else except a great job, right?
Yeah.
But he had a job, and I lost a good one, and I'm not gonna lie, I want him back.
Oh.
And we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I have tried to find a replica of him.
Ooh.
But I hadn't been able to do that.
Right. Because what's your first name, if you don't mind?
Oh, I'm sorry. My first name is Ophelia.
Okay, Ophelia, because I'm gonna tell you why, and I said this so many times. You are going to meet a lot of good men, but you are only going to meet one great man. And let me tell you, when you said that he had everything else, but he did not have a great job. Does he have a great job now?
He still has the same job, still holding down the same job.
Okay. Has he been promoted, or does he enjoy what he does?
He enjoys what he does. He's in the medical field.
Okay. What was wrong? What was the people around you? What was wrong with that?
Well, it's one of those things where, okay, you know how you have those wannabe high fidelity family members
that got their own problems, but ain't talking about them. Go ahead.
Just because you have this job that pays you $80,000 to $100,000 a year, you feel like everybody's supposed to be on that. I don't make that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't make that.
Exactly.
However, I do make more than him. But with any other guy I've ever been with, it's always been I've been competition. With him, I've been an equal.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't appreciate that until after I lost him.
And that's how it usually is, Ophelia, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You were blessed with someone, and you have to understand that when you come across somebody, the person that's for you, somebody that's great, a person's not going to come 100%. Ophelia, you're not 100%. I'm not 100%. So it's like, why are we looking for somebody? He had everything else, and you felt, or someone made you feel. Someone made you feel. Somebody encouraged you. Someone was putting it in your mind that his job was an issue. His job was never an issue.
Never an issue, ever.
It was never an issue. And I hope that who the people or the friends or family, whoever you were around, I hope that, you know, you're not close to them like you were, because someone that loves you and cares about you as a family member, you know, as a friend, is never going to sit up and encourage you against your blessing.
Right. And just because he doesn't meet your standards, he met all of my standards, but I listen to family. And I said all the time, they talked me out of an amazing guy.
So what did you do to ruin it?
Well, it was out of sight, out of mind. I really did get really, really busy, and I kind of faded away. Only because I don't break up with people, because I used to be in an abusive relationship. First boyfriend was very abusive, so I never break up with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of fade away.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't end on bad terms, like I said. But we stopped talking for a few years, and then we kind of reconnected last year,
Mm-hmm.
and we just been talking and, you know, just conversating. We're friends, but I'm not gonna lie, I want him back.
Are you single now?
I am.
How long have you been single?
Let's see. 5 years.
What? Ophelia, do you understand, like, you could have been married by now?
I agree. I learned, let me tell you something. I only learned about you last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was binge watching all of your videos, and I was like, oh my God, this is confirmation. Mm-hmm. Like, I realized I've been listening to, because it's like I'm enjoying him. I'm enjoying him. I love him. I'm having so much fun with him. He's great. He's amazing. But then I got family telling me it's not okay to enjoy this person. And then you came along, and it was like, so you tell me I lost a good man because. So, and then here's the crazy thing. We reconnected shortly after I started binge watching you. Totally different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even was watching you, I was missing him, because I was like, I was real life trying to find a replica of him. Mm-hmm. He had so many things that I enjoyed about him, and I couldn't find that in anybody else.
Ophelia, that wasn't your family's man.
I agree.
That was your man. Baby, they didn't have to like him. They ain't have to look at him. They ain't have to invite him nowhere. If you loved him and you were happy, that's your happiness. Who talks somebody out of their happiness, though? Miserable people. Miserable people. That's what miserable people do. Because somebody that really loved you as a family member would have been happy for you.
So, and then when I told these two people, so I reconnected with him, and we're gonna go out, and, you know, we're just gonna enjoy each other, have fun. Mm-hmm. So they're pissed with me, and we haven't talked in months.
but you know what? You didn't need to be close to them, because who's pissed about somebody's happiness?
That's what I said.
You gotta open up your mind and open up your eyes. Yeah, like, who's mad about? But you know what? There are people out here that do not want people to be happy, and their assignment in your life is to get you away from your happiness. You can't be around those type of people. They seen you was blessed, and are they married?
Not at all. Not at all. And I was realizing, you know, because I was listening to you, and I was like, oh my God, they're toxic. And I mean, sometimes you need somebody to show you and tell you.
Toxic, jealous, envious, miserable, lonely. The list goes on. I hope they watch and listening. The list goes on.
I hope they're listening too, but at the same time, they're probably not big fans of yours because you're encouraging good, and they're all like, you said something about how we prostitute ourselves. So I'm not saying they're prostitutes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they wanted you to be miserable like them. They wanted you to stay single like them. That's crazy. You know, I had to really change my friend circle. You know what I mean? And I said, I don't want to be, you know, friends with black women that hate black men. I don't want to be friends with them. Cause something's wrong with that picture. Something's wrong with that. I'm sorry. Who's not going to be, Ophelia, if you was my friend and me and you was friends, I want the best for you. I want you to be happy. We're not putting a price tag on your happiness though, Ophelia. We're not doing that. Right. That don't even, that at the end of the day, you know, back in the day, our people didn't even have much money. They was happy though. They wasn't sitting up like, oh, well, I'm gonna be with somebody that's richer. That's not how love works. Because Ophelia, in the next season, you could lose everything. Then what if he would have been like, oh well, Phil, you know, this ain't gonna work because now you ain't got no job, you ain't got no place to stay. You're expecting that man that you have been with to be with you through thick and thin.
And I'm not willing to give him the same, right?
And you got to be willing to do the same thing. People have to stop putting a price tag on a relationship. That's toxic. Why is a woman out here looking for a man that make that much money and they don't even make that? Because they are looking for someone to take care of them. And if they do make that much, why are you putting a price tag on it?
And the crazy thing is, I was married before and he made great money. He didn't even want me to work. He wanted me to be a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
All was great. However, I was very unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Very unhappy. He made good money. I was very unhappy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then with this man, what little that he has, he's willing to share.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
He's very affectionate. He's attentive of all the little small things that most people don't pay attention to.
Right.
And I messed that up.
Yeah. Do you know? Well, you don't know, but I want to share with everybody right now. I coached a woman that is married to a doctor, a very well-known doctor, right? And I never thought this woman would reach out to me. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting up here like, this woman, you know, she got to be living that life. She ain't got a worry in the world. Let me tell y'all something. I would never release the people's names that I speak about. But I always, you know, they give me permission to talk about, you know, the situation briefly. But this woman could do whatever she wanted to do. She could travel as much as she wanted to. She could probably go to the spa every single day if that's what she wanted to do. But she told me, she said, I'm miserable. She shared with me, I'm miserable. Yeah, my husband's a doctor. Yeah, I don't have to work. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a nanny. I'm miserable. I'm miserable. And I don't think people understand that when they out here looking for the wrong thing. And they're not looking for happiness. They're not looking for peace. You see what I'm saying? They're not looking for the small things that matter. They're looking for the wrong things, and then they get the wrong things, and then they get the wrong outcome, and then they want to be the victim. I'm glad that you were strong enough to even come and share something like that. I've had women share that in private. You know, maybe a few, you know, maybe one or two that I can think of, you know, but I mean, at this point, you know, is he single?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And have you had the conversation about maybe trying to be back in a relationship?
I don't want to push it. I just want to see where it goes.
Yep, let it fall. Let it, I
Right.
think this is a good season for you. Let things just go how you know they're gonna go. And but you can't go into a season of trying to fix things, you know, or make things right, or however you see them. You can't go in that season with the same people around you. It will never work for you. You have to have people around you that want to see you happy, that are interested in seeing you happy, that are like-minded. You can't have people in your ear, you know, discouraging you, or, you know, from your blessings and things like that. You can't be surrounded around those same people. And I'm going to tell you one thing about it. The Almighty God knows when we have truly cut people off that will poison our blessings. So you have to make sure that your environment is free and clear for you to be able to receive him. I would pray about it. You know, I will pray on it, pray about it. You know, the Almighty God knows your heart. He knows you're changed. You know, maybe you're ready to really receive him now.
Well, that's just confirmation for me what you just said.
Okay.
Because one of the young ladies, she does my hair.
Uh-huh.
So I've been trying to do my own hair.
Uh-huh.
And I did a really great job at it the last time. So I'm gonna stop using her. So she's one of the ones that got, because she was a friend too. So she's one of the ones that got pissed off when I told her, "Oh, he's back," you know. And as far as the cousin, I really don't deal with her because she's always negative about everything, and she is bitter, and she is single.
Yeah.
So
figures.
She feels that men should pay all the bills in the house, and what we do with our money? Oh, we save our money for vacations and things like that.
Also, yeah, another thing, you know, I want to you know, express to you is don't share so much of your relationship with people. People, they don't have to know everything. Your hairdresser got mad when you shared that with you because she's mad about a relationship that didn't work out. That's why she has a bitterness down on the inside of her, or the relationship that she's in it's not working out. It's not fulfilling her. So she has a bad taste in her mouth about a failed relationship, and she's miserable behind it. So now what she has done is allowed that to pour over into you and what you have going on. That's why you have to protect your relationship. You have to protect your business. You have to, because people don't know how to be going through something, and then, oh, okay, you know, I'm strong-minded enough to be happy for Ophelia, you know, because you need that. Those people aren't giving that to you, and they can't give that to you.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. You just confirmed some things that I was struggling with, but I know now that I need to go forward.
Have y'all been on a date since y'all been in contact?
We have.
Good.
We have. We really enjoy each other. The vibe is great. The chemistry is still there.
Okay.
But I really feel like there's a little hesitation on his end. He hasn't said so. I just kind of feel it a little bit because of how I kind of faded away the first time.
Yeah.
And I get the hesitation. I get it. It's my fault. I can't even be mad. So I have to be patient.
Right.
Because I could have had him years ago.
Yeah.
But I messed that up. So I'm being really patient.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Have you opened up with him, and have you shared with him how you have been, you know, just that part of you, and share with him how you have grown, you know, and you're past that. You know, you're not that person anymore, and also take responsibility for the situation.
I have.
Okay,
I have shared
good
with him, and he's saying that he wants to put himself in a particular situation before he get back into anything.
Right.
So he didn't say it in those words, but
Right.
I can read between the lines of my flow.
Is it a money?
So
is he saying a money situation? A money situation?
Huh?
A money situation?
I'm not gonna say a money situation. Just how can I say it? Finding himself, basically.
Okay.
Like who he is.
Okay. 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 Well, just let things, fall how they're gonna fall. I will be prayerful about it. I will be very prayerful, about that. And I will continue to grow, and just see where things go. I would love an update.
I will.
Okay.
I will update you. Because I mean, you really helped me.
Yeah, try to message me on Facebook. Try to message me on. Just send me a message. I do look through them. I can't answer everybody, but I do look through them.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Well, good luck on everything.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks. Bye. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. We up to 400 missed calls. Sorry. Okay, but the line is open now. Yes, Crystal, the worst thing you can do is tell people your relationship problems. The next thing you know, the person that you told will go behind your back trying to get with them. Oh wow. That was different. Excuse me. That was a little different. I mean, it got a little bit off topic, but we glad that we was able to help Ophelia. Thank you. Somebody said, thank you for sharing, Ophelia. Great story. Absolutely. That's a lot of growth, though. You don't get a lot of women that come to the table and do that. I've seen a few. But back to the topic. The phone line is now, open. And I'm glad to see, a lot of women in here that know their role. I've seen some women on Instagram, saying, Shalakemia, I don't like when people wish me a happy Father's Day. I don't like that. I'm not a father, so we got some women out there, you know what I mean, that know their role and know their place and definitely have some wisdom. Hello, caller.
Hello,
how are you?
I'm doing all right. I got through. Okay, hey.
Yeah. 400 missed calls later. Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm sorry. I got a lot of connection. Turn off this AC so I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
I might have to go outside to get more connection. How's everything?
Everything's great. Do you want to weigh in on the topic tonight, or?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, my name's Alan, by the way, and I've seen your posts on Facebook.
Okay.
And I, watched some of your videos, and I'm just like, wow, like, we need, more like black women like this. And it's kind of like, sad sometimes too that most black women will only listen to you, even when it's coming from a black woman.
Right. Yeah, the ones that aren't interested in growth. I think the ones that are like really set in their ways, which I try to teach, a lot of black women that being that way is not a good thing. We have to keep evolving and we have to keep growing, and we can all learn, from each other. But some are so, I guess they want to be in control so bad. It's a control thing with some people, which sometimes control is not a good thing. You see what I'm saying? And it's not a good thing all the time. But it's like, why are we the type of people that are looking for, control, and not looking for growth? I want growth over control. I want to keep evolving. I'm going to keep becoming a better woman, so I'm a better person for the people around me. But I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Let's go again. Because I know doing like Father's Day throughout the years. I mean, I grew up in a 2-parent household. Like by the time I was 21, my parents had passed on. But I was just happy, being like a black, black child that I had both of my parents. They passed on at a young age. My mom used to say things like this too. I couldn't believe when I was 13 years old. She would say to me like that it's hard for a man in society. Like a man is more likely to be homeless. It's more likely for a woman to get a job and to get housing, of course.
Yeah.
So I was just like, am I really hearing this from a black woman saying that?
Yeah.
I've been told my whole life that it's harder for a woman.
Right. It is. It really, really is. That's just like sometimes when a man has a downfall, in life, and some black women have no compassion. They have no understanding. I've seen men that don't pay no child support, never made a payment, just get away with never making payments. I've seen men that made payments faithfully every single month, lose their job, and they are incarcerated because they could not make those monthly payments. So it's like we kind of shift the conversation and saying, well, why penalize the man that never missed a payment, and throw him in jail? What does jail do? But some of these mothers are okay with, the children's father being locked up. It's like, why can't you just have some understanding? Me as a woman, I would have called down there and I'd have been like, no, like I don't, or show up the court or whatever. But they really only take action when you press the issue. Let's be real. But I would have been like, no, like, I want to give him some time, to look for a job. I even came down to the point where I prayed for my kids' fathers to get good jobs. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want them to have good jobs, And I remember my one son's father, he had came home, went ahead, gave him some time to get on his feet. And this was maybe, my son is 21. This may be when my son was maybe 12 or 13 years old. I set the order when we went into the child support place. I set the order at $50 a week. I never, ever, ever changed it. I never, ever changed it. You know what I mean? It was just $50 a week, the whole time, but I wasn't looking to hurt him. I wasn't looking for him to be broke, or you know what I mean? I just wanted, help with my son. My son he don't need clothes every month. I'm gonna be real. You see what I'm saying? He don't need clothes every month. He don't need sneakers every month. We need food every month though, just some basic stuff, but that's me. That's me. I'm gonna be quiet because I'm gonna go ahead.
That's all right. Now, I hear your points, you know what I'm saying? So and it's like, it's rare, because, like I said, we need more women like you. And, and it kind of just like, it kind of baffles me at times when, like, a lot of women say, like, oh, yeah, like, I'm the mother and father. I said, wait a minute, if you say men ain't shit, then it's okay to say that's word. I mean, I don't want to cuss on your platform now like that.
Go ahead.
It's okay to say that word. I didn't mean to say shit.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to cuss.
It's okay. Just keep going. I know when you get in the moment, it comes out sometimes. I do it too. Go ahead.
All right. So when they said men ain't nothing, I'm just like, if men ain't nothing, why you want to call yourself a man? I mean, wouldn't that be basically disrespecting yourself as a woman by calling yourself a man? If the man ain't nothing, the man ain't crap. Why would you want to call yourself a man?
Right.
That should be an insult to you.
That's true.
So it's just like, I don't understand that. If you say all men do this, all men cheat, what gets crazy to me is that a lot of black women say, like, a lot of black men be crapping on black women and all that, and raping black women. That may be like the case a little bit, but that's not every black man doing that. That's like a very low percent of black men doing that.
That's the problem.
Okay, because on top of that, for years, hundreds of years, the white men were raping y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so wait a minute, you say black men don't disrespect, white men disrespect you, but wait a minute, that means white men got no respect for you either.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had you enslaved. They was doing all this messed up stuff to y'all for years, but yet the black man's still the most hated.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What's kind of crazy too? Like I've read cases where, black women, were like sexually assaulted, by their white boss, or, said sexual things to. And I noticed how, like, they never came and said anything. They never said anything. you know. But it's like when a black man do it, it's like, oh, you know, I want to press charge. I want to do this. I want to do why don't we have that same energy? It's wrong all across the board. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Wow. So you told me, wait a minute, I didn't like you. Like, I think you were sounding a little bit low, right? Do you see like when a white man did it,
I'm sorry.
Charges them or something like that?
Yeah, like they were quiet about it. You see what I'm saying? Like when their boss did it was like it was quietness. So I'm reading this like, well, why didn't they never, you know, say nothing? It took somebody down the line. It was like I think 4 or 5 people down the line to say like, no, like he, you know, he says sexual things to me at work, and you know, and then it comes out that other women be like, oh, he did the same thing to me. Well, why'd you never say nothing?
What?
Why'd y'all just let this happen? Like that was weird to me. And I'm looking at it like if it was a black man, y'all, it would have been a wrap. He would have been locked up, baby. He would have been arrested. It's not right when anybody of any color sexual assault. But why is it so like in an urgency to get a black man locked up, but you got a white boss that's doing the same thing to you and you keep quiet?
Yeah, because most of these prisons, you know, like are privately owned, so it's like. I mean, most black men are locked up, as we already know, and that's not by accident either. Mm-hmm. But that's like another story, though, for another time.
Right. Another thing I can point out is, you know, black women are very submissive, you know, to white men, but are not submissive to black men. I don't know what that's about, but I've noticed that, and I've spoken on it before. Like when you go to work, you submissive to your job, to your boss, you know, but you're not submissive at home. That's a disconnect. That's a problem. Right. I've had black women that tell me I do that. I'm submissive at work, you know, but I'm not at home. You do what you do what you do at work to keep your job, but you don't do what you got to do at home to keep your husband. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
No, you're not. I mean, because a lot of black male content creators, you know, say the same thing you're saying, and unfortunately, most black women are brainwashed by white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them really don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, so because a lot of them are working for white supremacy, whether they know it or not. You know, and in most cases, when I give facts to a lot of black women about like this is what happened in the 1960s that broke down the black family structure down, and I got information from famous black women saying this, and they said, "Well, that's just your opinion." I was just like, "This is what's her name? Frances Cress Welsing. I forgot her name though, but you know, Sherazade Ali. You know, Alana Fix My Life. Alana Esteban.
Yeah.
You know, so many like famous black women that I got information from, they still won't accept it. I was just like, yo, that's like it's done.
Yeah. You also have to understand, like, you know, with me and my platform, like I get a lot of backlash from, you know, black women. But at the end of the day, you know what? I look at it like, you know, I'm just here to, you know, spread the knowledge. I'm here to, you know, show people, listen, we can heal. You know,
I know you get a lot of hate from black people. I know you do. Trust me. I read your comments and stuff and watch your videos.
Yeah,
and they'll actually crucify you more than they do me because you're a black woman that's sticking up for like black men.
Yeah, that's and they don't understand. They don't understand the concept because they're so deep in so many different things. They're like, oh, I'm a feminist. You don't even know what a feminist is. You don't even know where it came from. You don't even know how it was started, who it was for. It was never for us. Why would a people that didn't want us to read and write, let's be real, did not want us to vote, didn't want us to have no rights, why would they create anything for us? Wake up.
Exactly.
Wake up, people. That was not creative. Oh, well, I'm a black feminist. I don't want to talk no more because that's not even that. No, girl. No.
Yeah.
But
I was a black feminist. That's just basically white supremacy. They call it freaking white supremacy.
Exactly. But you know what's crazy? None of them will come and debate me. None of them, and I've invited them. None of them will come and debate me. None. They don't show up.
Right.
Like, come on. Right. I've opened up my platform. I'm like, come on, let's have a conversation. It ain't a conversation of hate. Come to my platform and tell me how you are a feminist and how that helps us in the black community. Tell me how it was started. I'm ready for the conversation.
Right. Because it ain't doing nothing for us. I mean, most black women, they're not going to help the black community anyway. And as you know, and I know, of course, you do your research. There's a lot of benefits that they're getting too. I think, have you ever heard of the Goldman Sachs? So they're going to get $10 billion to the majority of black women, of course. Mm-hmm. And none of that's going to go to the black community. So a lot of black women get all these benefits saying they're still oppressed. Like, how are you still oppressed when you're getting all these benefits from the government? The dime is not going to the black community at all.
Right. It is a lot. It is that's what I was going to get to. That with child support, a man could lose his job, and what resources are available to a man. Let's be real. When a woman loses a job, she doesn't lose her children. You see what I'm saying? The children and youth, the CIS, they don't come in and pick their kids up and take the kids away. But all these things happen to a man when he loses his job or loses income and things like that. A woman can go and apply for food stamps, cash assistance, things that will help her get over the hump and help. There's no help like that for a man. When a man loses his job and he has responsibilities, where can he go to get help?
You know where. You know what's crazy? Even in my own family. Hopefully, I'm not taking too much of your time because I know you might go on to the next caller. But I went when I had lost my place because I was trying to do the right thing by helping someone out. They kind of just screwed me over. So like on my father's side of the family, my dad had 5 sisters. Was 8 of them. So 5 sisters and 3 boys, 3 brothers. And so my dad passed. One of his younger sisters passed. So like the black women in my family was so like manipulative and like all of them did something wrong with them pretty much. And but they was all trying to like pin it on one black woman and on their oldest sister in the family. They was trying to say, oh, the oldest one, she's the most craziest ones. And then I went to go live with my other aunt for a little bit. It turns out she was as worse, or even more worse, than the one that she said that was like the most evil one. Wow. It was crazy. I was just like, wow. Yeah. Because when I stayed with her, right, she would say something to me like this: if your older brother was alive, he would have had a house by now, and you would have been living with him. Tell me that's not disrespectful.
Huh?
Yeah, you see, that shocked you, right? Because she didn't respect me as a man, as a black man. She was like, oh, like, you're a grown ass man,
And do you know when a black woman has a bad outlook on black men, she's abusive to all the black men around her.
Wow.
People don't notice that's true. That's true. When let's be honest, it's a high percentage of black women that were upset because the father cheated, or he ain't never come back, or he went and had another child. And so now they're hurt, and hurt turned into hate. Then you have this son, and you're telling this son out of hurt and hate, you're just like your dad. They have a hate for the father, so then they have a hate for the child. You see what I'm saying?
But with her situation is different now. Now she had a husband, had 2 kids. My aunt had a son and a daughter, of course. Her husband had passed away, back in 2013. But I know if he was alive, I know my uncle would have treated me like, he would have treated me right.
Right.
And so, like, she got a new husband now, whatever. He treated me right, but of course, he's living with her, so there's nothing he can really even say or do. Because if he stands up for me, she basically got him by the balls. So if he stands up for me, she's gonna fight him to get out. And it was just like it was just hectic. She was just like kept going up on a rent and stuff. I'm just like, yo, what's going on? Like, you got a house. I'm just trying to like, figure save to make ends meet so I can get my own house, or to at least get a condo. So she would say something to me like, oh, get yourself a condo. Okay, well, how do I get myself a condo? Well, go talk to this person. That's it. I was just like, go talk to that person. I don't know if he's even a good real estate or not. So she really didn't even care about helping me. She just wanted my money. You know, and I was never even there. So I'm working 2 to 3 jobs. And then she never even wanted me there. And I was never there. That's the funny thing, because I was always constantly working. So no matter it's like no matter what black men do, no matter if we're doing the right thing is still called the wrong thing. You know?
Right. I'm so sorry you went through that. You know, that's just, it's crazy. You know, but I want things, I do this because I want things to get better for our people as a whole. I really want us to do better, be better, you know, grow, heal. You know, there's a lot of issues that, you know, we really don't even have to have, you know, if people just think logically. You see what I'm saying? And take themselves out of the equation. And when I say take themselves out, it's like not being self-centered, not just sitting up and feeling like everything is about you, and just considering, you know, other people and the person, you know, that you are. But I appreciate you calling in. I really do. I'm gonna try to get a few more people in before I end the show. I may do a part 2 with all these missed calls. But thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, sweetheart.
Okay. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. Bye. Another thing, I want to touch on, I really want, the fathers to, enjoy their Father's Day. I want us to have the same energy, that they have for us on Mother's Day. I really want that. I don't understand like why men on Father's Day, because I've sat back and I've watched, can't really enjoy their day. People don't take Father's Day as serious as they do Mother's Day, but I just don't understand, why the foolishness on Father's Day. How can we fix it? And I feel like fixing it, is us women just, really healing, understanding, being compassionate, understanding that that's not your day. You had your day in May. You see what I'm saying? And other women, like the ones in the comments that are woke, being able to bring some understanding to these younger generations. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to be. I've seen fathers for Mother's Day take the kids out, and get the mom something, take them out to get flowers and cards and a gift and things like that. I want to know how many mothers are going to do that or already done it for this Sunday. Or are fathers going to have to sit up? And I'm going to say in the Black community, because in the Black community, our Black men are known for being deadbeat fathers. That's the label. That's like the number one label. Even when other races try to joke and laugh at us, it's about, they automatically assume that Black children have no father at home. That's the number one stereotype. Correct me if I'm wrong. The number one stereotype when it comes to Black men. And guess what? That's not all Black men. There's some Black men out here that are excellent fathers. There's Black men out here fathering kids that aren't even theirs. Those are the conversations that we're not even having. But at the end of the day, it's like it's us doing that on Father's Day. Have you looked at other cultures and see how other cultures celebrate? I seen this advertisement the other day, and it was, you can get your father, your uncle, whoever, a billboard for $40. A billboard, saying Happy Father's Day, their picture and everything. Do you know the advertisement had 5 different options? Do you know that there was no picture? There was no Black family included in that. There was Korean, there was Spanish, there was Caucasian, there was Indian. They did not use an advertisement of a Black family. And I'm like, wow, why? Like, but you know what? They didn't use the advertisement of a black family because they don't see the black man as being, a symbol in the black culture. They don't see father because look how we act in our community. It's up to us to put the black family together, the back together. The black family is so powerful, so powerful. And I feel like a lot of black women are standing in the way of that, standing in the way of that power. And if we as black women can just wake up and really understand our role and who we are and operate in our feminine energy and stop trying to operate in feminine and masculine. That's not for us. That's too much of a load. I don't want to operate in feminine and masculine. For what? That load's too heavy for me, baby. I want to operate in my feminine and then have someone that operates in their masculine. And we come together and we bring the things that we both offer together to the table. But I don't think on Father's Day that black men have to sit up here and argue with black women on Father's Day because we're not arguing with them on Mother's Day. They make us feel special. They honor us on our day. We got to change our mindset. We got to change our mindset. And we got to make sure that they are honored on Father's Day, that they feel special on Father's Day. They deserve that. It's 2022. We've been operating like this for too long. Too long. We have to do better. We have to. Because baby, let me tell you something. Your son is going to become a father. And don't you want him honored on his day? Lead by example. Lead by example. If nobody else wants to call, I know it's a lot of missed calls. I know a lot of the phone line is open though. I want to try to take a few more calls before I close out here. But I really want change for us. I really want change for us. I feel like if more black women just operated in feminine energy, your life would change. I promise you, life will change. You will be more peaceful. You will be more happy. Too many black women are carrying a load that you don't have to carry. If you are a single mom, you can still operate in your feminine energy. You can still be feminine. You are a mom. You never know. You may be blocking your blessing of meeting a great guy. You may have a child's father that don't want to step up, don't want to be involved. I'm not saying that don't exist because, baby, I know it does. But do you know that the Almighty has a man that is going to come in your household and treat your children like they are his, but not in the shape that you in? He's not going to do that. And if you don't change, that good black man will be blessed. Somebody else will be blessed with that good black man. So a stepfather can come and step up to the plate, but you still have to be ready to receive a stepfather. You still got to be ready to receive it. It's us, and we have to understand that it's us. A change has to be made. I understand being single and all the responsibility a single person, single parents, and the responsibility of the household is on you. But once you commit to a relationship, it's supposed to be a us thing. It's supposed to be a y'all thing. You can't continue to operate how you was operating before. You're not single no more. You're in a relationship. You go into a relationship and you do relationship things. You don't make decisions by yourself no more. You're not running a household by yourself no more. You're not doing any of those things anymore. You're not. I don't have anybody else that that is. Oh, I got one call. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I hear you. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, I was hesitant when calling in because I've been through a lot with women
Uh-huh.
because I have a good heart. I have a good heart,
Yes.
and when you have a good heart, some women do take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was more around my mom, when I was growing up. Because my real father, I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
My mom introduced me to my stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have some of those of my stepfather. I do that when I knew him, but he's dead and gone on. But my mom is still here,
Mm-hmm.
and I always been around my mom. Always been there for her when she needs me. Try to be there for her. Which all my brothers would try to do that. I have 4 brothers, 2 sisters.
Right.
But 2 already deceased, 2 brothers already deceased. So I have 2 brothers left and 2 sisters.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say, for as fathers, yes, we play a tough role. We play an important role.
Yes.
My hats off to all those dads out there doing that for their children.
Mm-hmm.
And the women they are involved in that are giving them their respect as a man and dealing with their children. I respect the women for doing that, letting the fathers do that for their children.
Yeah.
But those women that are against not letting their fathers be there in the children's life, yeah, I don't like that because that is disrespect.
Right.
I don't care what what the father and the mother been through.
Right.
As the child was growing up, but still, that child deserves a father.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of roles that mother can't do.
Right.
That child needs from that father.
Yeah.
And when my first daughter was born, I was in the military. I constantly overseas back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother always sent me those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, this is what your daughter doing. This is how she's growing up. She's doing this, she's doing that.
Right.
And yes, that helped me a lot. It helped me seeing how my daughter was growing. She was maturing.
Mm-hmm.
And how that I wasn't there for her at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got back, yes, I was trying to fulfill all those things I missed.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I was guilty. I felt guilty. But then I couldn't help at the time because when a woman gets involved, when a man, especially when a man got a great career, that woman is thinking, she said, okay, this man got a great career. He's military. So, whether she's using it towards her advantage, or whether she's using it towards, okay, he's a good man, so I'm going to stick it out with him. But I'm going to make sure I do the right thing, write him, send him pictures, let him talk to his daughter, blah, blah, or son, whatever the case may be.
Right.
That's a good woman. But a woman that's not doing that, that's using it for her advantage, is wrong. Right. They always say karma comes back on you if you're doing things like that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And that woman should think. She should think. I don't care if she's using that man for money or whatever she's using that man for, but she must understand karma will come back on you. Because eventually that man will catch on.
Yeah.
Though he's being blessed of giving you what you want, doing what he needs to do.
Right.
But still, you hurt yourself in the end. Because the next man you meet, he's not going to be like that. He's probably going to be worse than you thought that the last man you used was easy. But this man may be worse.
It'd be like that.
You're going to wish you hadn't treated that man that was with a kind heart.
Yeah.
Like you treated him.
Yeah, you're right.
So I agree with you. It is tough for a woman to try to play a man's role with a child.
Right. We shouldn't be playing that role, though. That's not our role.
She
shouldn't be doing that.
She should be that mother to that child.
Right. Yeah.
I have 2 daughters. And yes, I spoil my daughters. And yes, I expect their mothers to teach them what they need to know for as a woman.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if my child comes to me saying, Dad, I need to know about this, I need about that, I'm going to teach her on how to look for the perfect guy or to look what's into that person. Don't judge that man for certain things.
Right.
You have to see what's come out of that man's heart.
Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm.
You see, you may see what's on the outside, but you got to find out what's on the inside of that person.
Right.
I don't care if that man look toe down to the floor up on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That man may have a great heart.
Yeah, a great
he
heart.
He may be working himself towards that.
Yeah, treat you amazing. That's what people miss. They miss out on that. They miss out on that. Mm-hmm.
He may be building himself towards that. He may be building a future towards that.
Yeah.
He wants a great one. He wants a great wife.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the perfect wife. I mean, we're all not perfect.
Right.
A woman's not perfect. A man's not perfect.
Right.
We all got our little, our little rough edges.
Right. We all rough around
that. We got, we got to fix.
Right.
We got to fix those things. And I'm not going to hold you. I just want to say something quick and get out and let you go on with your program because I haven't been following you long.
Thank you.
But when I do catch you, because my phone beep or my phone say, so is online and fly, so she inviting you to. So that's why I jump on there every now and then. I listen to you. And I saw some of your old videos. I said, wow. And I understand what you have been through just by trusting friends or trusting those so-called people that you thought were there for you and they wasn't.
Yeah.
And they were more in your business and they're trying to run you or run your life instead of doing something for themselves.
Right.
Absolutely. So I saw some of the videos. And
thank you.
And I feel the same way about, it's being Father's Day weekend and I know we honor our mother. I mean, I honor my mother. I love my mother every year. I try to be there for her, send her things or whatever I do. I visit her and stuff like that. Same with my children mothers, I give them their props.
Right. Well,
and I say,
happy Father's Day to you.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a happy Father's Day to you.
Oh, thank you so much. And like I say, I'll be with both my daughters this weekend. And
good.
Expect them to spoil me and feed me and whatever. That dad be dad.
Yeah. Well, you enjoy your Father's Day, and I appreciate you so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you so much. And keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
And those people out there are listening to you and listening to me. I just want to put something in their hearts. No women, and something in their hearts saying, "Hey, there's some great guys out there."
Mm-hmm. It is.
But you want to find someone that's going to spoil you. Don't find someone that you think, "Oh wow, he's buying me this, he's buying me that." Maybe he's doing it for a reason, or maybe he's doing it just to show his, that's the way he was raised.
Right.
Yeah. So just listen to him. You may be looking at your next husband.
Yeah, you absolutely right. Thank you so much.
No, you're so welcome.
Have a good evening.
Have a good evening. You do the same.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna close down the phone lines. I'm gonna go ahead and close it. I'm so glad, that we were able to have everybody call in and, just, pour into this conversation. I want to just see us grow and I want to see us do better. And one thing I want us to, realize that our children, are watching us. Like I said, I felt like this was an important show because I want this to be, a different Father's Day for, a lot of fathers. I want us to wake up and realize, our roles and wake up and just realize that this ain't it, and that we just have to do better and be better, as people. But to all the fathers watching, again, I want to say, happy Father's Day. Hold on, before I go, I do want to say something to, some of the single moms out there. That, it's I feel like that, it's an amazing, stepfather that, is on the way. But that depends on you and if you are ready to receive him. I had to come back and say that again for some of the ones, you know, and stepfathers are just as important, just as amazing. You know, it's a lot of stepfathers, and a lot of them don't like to be called stepfathers, but it's a lot of, you know, men that, you know, step up to the plate, you know, and we have to definitely respect that and appreciate that, you know, because they don't have to do that. You know, that's not their children, but they treat them just like they're their children. Okay. So, like I said, I want us to be better, do better. Happy Father's Day to all the amazing, you know, fathers out there. I hope you'll have a great Father's Day. I hope this Father's Day is different from any other, you know, Father's Day that you had you know, before. I love y'all. You know, thank y'all for, you know, tuning in with me. And I just appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that called in, everybody that has commented. You know, I appreciate you all. And I'm glad we were able to have this conversation. I hope that, you know, people that watched, you know, learned something from me, somebody that called in, or somebody in the comments. Okay, y'all. Until next time, I want y'all to enjoy your weekend. Okay. Bye-bye.